Glasses on. Have
Yeah,
to floof the hair and then
right.
ready.
You do what you gotta do.
You're getting the hat now.
Oh, he's getting the hat.
No more headphones.
Yeah. Well, I was wearing the earphones from last session, so.
Yeah, well, that's why I said it.
Man, it's so fucking great to not use headphones anymore.
Headphones is the shit, bro.
I need to get a new pair because these are falling apart slightly. But they're so comfy.
I have enough.
All right, so here we are. Welcome back to Malta by Night, episode 15, everyone. It's been quite a journey so far. I think we've been 2 years running. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's been 2 years.
I think so.
Yeah.
Coming
I
soon.
mean,
It feels
yeah.
too long.
It feels like 20.
Yes. I mean, that would be Vampire Age, right?
In a good way. Not in a...
Yeah. And despite, however, the
mean,
way
20
the
is usually-
story continued, it feels like night to night. So, yeah.
How many days, how many nights have passed already?
I
would just
think we've
stop
been-
counting at some point.
I think by technicality, it's been almost like 2 months-ish,
I'd say so, yeah.
give or take, in game. But yeah, most of it was like back to back. So despite that the sessions have been pretty much broad apart, yeah, they kind of produce themselves a bit back to back story wise. So anyone who is watching these one after the other at some point in their life, they're gonna feel the continuity a bit. There are a couple of plot holes, however. Nothing that we could have done about that because of the way things kind of happen. Dice kind of dictate things. But let's get straight to the point. Today's episode is End of Games. I have very little planned for today. However,
That's good.
there's a lot of anchor points which I am going to hopefully get you guys to put in to the harbor this time. So, if anyone wants to do a quick recap for me, what happened last session?
Oh,
Oh,
I
shit.
killed
Yeah.
Alistair.
I cut Alistair's throat. That's happened. Decapitation.
yes. With a knife, no less.
I'll try to
There
give
was
a
a mental breakdown as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try to give a
Yeah.
recap because but do come and help me out, guys, if I forget if I
Mhm.
miss something.
Of course.
So, in terms of the procedure session, so we had split up after we had all split up. We basically went to do our separate things. Mumbles and Tatyana went. Well, Mumbles specifically went out on a date with
Yeah.
with a guy.
Heavily air quotes.
Heavily air quoted date with a guy named Daniel, and basically the guy was kind of expounding about his life story and that he maybe was interested in joining whatever this sort of world of darkness society. While Mumbles was giving a lot of heavy warnings, but was unsure how to proceed with there. And then eventually, with Tatyana and they were having a discussion about that. Meanwhile, Miles was busy. Went back to his place to pick up his stuff, so to prepare for investigation away from his house. And unfortunately, he got ambushed by. Well, ambushed. He was approached by Alistair and his goons. And Alistair was at his front door. He was going to give him a check for thanking for his business. And I had proceeded to Miles had proceeded to grab him inside and decapitate him pretty hard, and a sort of mental breakdown. So yeah, thankfully though there was aid from the side. Frank had came in with a SWAT team.
With my boys. Yeah.
A SWAT team came in to apprehend the other goons. I cleaned up a bit of my place before we had to leave. From there, eventually, all the team met up back at my place, and then we went over to a meeting between all the barons of Malta over
Actually,
Not all the
actually,
barons,
it's
but
all
all
but
there.
one.
All but one. Sorry, my bad. And
Joeta Hazabuch.
it was a meeting over what was going on the last couple of nights, and what stuff is up to resolve. Specifically, also with Alistair, because apparently Alistair had a dead man's drop or switch, where if he would die, apparently some help would come from Sabat. But from all we know, it's probably fake, or probably or no one's really going to come. So
A dead
more than
man's
Anyway,
bluff.
Alistair is dead.
Yeah.
Long live Alistair. Not.
yeah, it's a dead man's bluff.
And there's also still the backpack, which had the backpack from Norman.
Catrice.
from Norman.
Tatyana and Mumbles had managed to look inside it, and they found a brown manila folder with like most of the information they knew kind of already, but it was also explaining a lot about Mikhail. And there was also a laptop that had like some encrypted information on it. And I cannot remember because we had found something when Mumbles was like
remember we
tracing
found-
the
Yes.
like a
Remember that
particular
Mikhail was
phrase.
encountered with werewolves? Well, it
Ah,
wasn't
yeah,
the
yeah.
phrase, but the meaning was something like this. That's
Yeah.
something I
There was
remember.
he had a werewolf encounter, and like what he had written down they could trace was like that Tatyana is like a daughter to is like totally like obsessed with getting her back, whatever that means.
Yeah.
These kids being obsessive.
So she took the bag back with them for master review. At some point, they also, I think it was at the end of the night, they went back to Mumbles' new headquarters. They had found out that Mikhail had been there. Mumbles went to the roof because there was like some disturbance there, and she found Cicatrice there, and they basically he told her like how he ended up there, and they kind of did a truce because he tried to steal the backpack from her because her capo doesn't want to know what's inside this bag for some reason. She fed him some of his blood, and he said, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what I know." And she's like, "Okay, well, let's just try and be friendly from now on because it seems like we know each other."
I remember there was
Yeah.
also the inscription from Mikhail.
Yes.
I don't remember what it was in particular, but
It was like, "Here's a gift. Now give me what I want."
Precisely.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how we left things, actually. So at this point in time, my dear players, as all must, let's roll for arousal of blood as you wake for another night.
If you didn't say those last two parts, it would be...
Rouse check, not
Yes,
arousal.
there we go.
A man
Hey,
thinks my man.
10. I succeed.
Unless you're like super high humanity vampire, that shit doesn't work anyway, so it's fine.
I
do
do not get hungry, I get a 6.
I got a 10, so I did not get hungry as well.
Mumbles is hungry. With hunger 3.
Yep. She could eat.
We reset our willpower as well, right?
Yes, you do.
Sorry?
Reset our willpower. I burnt like 5.
Mm.
And so we begin. The night is not the night after the incident at the HQ. It is not the night after the meeting with the couple of barons from the north. No. This is pretty much almost a week later. A bit of a heavy info drop. Miles had managed to get Norman's computer unlocked. And however, that did not really do much because every single file had its own encryption to get through. The one thing that kind of puts a suspicion to it all is the fact that Norman had a folder worth about 5 gigabytes or more on each and every individual that has been mentioned through this campaign. There are certain names also that you don't recall. However, it seems that their accessibility is prior to 2015. So nothing of worth currently. However, such information to have might be useful, as you find this going to prove difficult to decrypt
Every single one of them.
every single one of them, as they have their own encryption to it. Frank is in good graces with Laura. So much so that she has taken over a new set of buildings and has gifted you her place in Lija, should you wish you guys to use it as your new HQ. She has even left you 4 of her goons should you need bodies. Tatyana, things have been quite calm. You have actually managed to imprint with your fruit bat in this period of time, and has learned a few new tricks that you used to do with your previous animal. So
With a kestrel,
yeah. And so you're finding progress with your new friend pet, or whatever you want to call it, at this point in time. Mumbles, unfortunately, things are not going so well. It would seem that intervening between you and your is he your sire? Remind me again. It's not your sire, is he? No, your sire is dead.
Yes.
Your So the capo
Yeah.
seems to be very distant, small of words, and sometimes even avoids your contact, which rouses a bit of suspicion at this point from your end. However, he promises every single time it's nothing he's busy.
Yeah, it's to do with that bag in the encrypted files. But Mumbles gonna pretend like she doesn't know what this is about.
Things from Mikhail's end in relation to what's going on seem to have quieted down. There has been no sign of harassment or play from his end to try to negotiate with your cohort to try to get Tatyana back. Whether it's a calm before the storm, you have yet to find out, though. Presently, you all wake up and you are on the notion to meet with Jason, I believe, right? The Baron you lost.
Jason is the Baron of Pieta.
Yeah, with the new Baron. He has a proposal for you. Specifically for the cohort in specific.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, Jason is a part of districts in Malta, which is very non-active for kindred. He just happens to own this piece of land, this territory in specific, just because no one seems to want it. However, upon entering into his domain, you are immediately greeted with a very suspicious group of individuals who seem to be part of the Inquisition.
Hmm.
They
Can we just say that before we went, like we would have had a chance to feed?
Oh yes, I would say you have
Yeah.
that chance.
Thanks. We're not going to meetings hungry. That's a bad idea.
Where do we meet precisely? Is it a mansion or something, or just a house? I just want to understand.
So you meet at his villa. It is a semi-detached building, and the villa has a very small garden on the back, a driveway that can easily hold up to 3 cars, and the plot itself, the building itself, seemed to date back to the British military days. It has been restored. The stone is clearly well polished down and well kept, unpainted, but coated well for when
Humidity,
winter
etc.
storms hit.
So they enter and they're just there, they're waiting or they're chatting, like Jason's there already.
Jason is nowhere to be on sight. However, these individuals immediately approach you and ask to pat you down and your cooperation to do so before you enter his
And they're
estate.
not necessarily second Inquisition, they're bodyguards. I mean,
Well,
we
mo-
don't know that. I mean,
most of them, the minute whoever decides to agree to the pat down, once they're done, they kind of say, "May God bless you," with a very sarcastic tone, and kind of trying to show off the crosses with the worst interpretation of "Hope you catch on fire."
Yeah,
okay.
no, Mums doesn't carry any weapons, so for her it doesn't matter.
I would just have my switchblade on, but if they take it out, it's like, well, they can take it. As long as I can get it back afterwards.
I also just want to make sure that this pat down is not a mask for them bugging us with something. So once Mumble's been like patted down, she's just gonna make sure that nothing's been actually put inside her pocket or like things like this.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely makes sense. So
Because it's like they're vampires, like they have deadlier weapons than weapons. So she finds this very strange.
go ahead and roll me a resolve and um
Awareness or investigation, maybe?
or investigation. Yeah, either or. I'll give you the freedom of choice there.
Yeah, the same, so it's okay. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is that of 2.
Yeah, 3 successes.
3 successes. You do find that they did, in fact, seem to put onto your leg, specifically since you're the one looking, what seems to be a very light tracker.
Okay. She's not gonna, like, I mean, if she can do it discreetly, I don't know if she can. But, like, if they're busy, like, maybe she's doing that when they're busy patting the other people down, whoever agree.
Okay.
But if this is not, like, visible or not spotted, she will opt in not to tell, like, anyone just now, and then when they have a moment alone, she'll let them know.
Sure. Unfortunately, at the situation, eyes are very much heavy on the 4 of you.
Okay, well, if there's no chance that she's gonna take the tracker, very pointedly hold it into her, like in front of her face, and just squish it.
Okay.
And like flick it at one of the guys.
They don't really react to this, so they seem to like maybe one or two the minute you do this kind of just lean into each other and whisper something while giving you really bad looks, but other than that, no reaction towards you specifically.
She just kind of feels annoyed. And just she doesn't really say, but she looks at the guys like, you have won as well. She'll just wait until it's time to move on to the next room.
You're allowed to enter the building once everyone's done from the pat down, and you're greeted with a woman who seems to be wearing a choker. However, on the front there is a metal hoop that clearly is something to be clipped onto a leash. And she has a silver tray. Half of it is with 4 glasses of wine, glasses filled with blood, and you have also 4 very tiny makeshift blood bags that look to be representing them, but they're not actual blood bags, but they have blood content inside of it, and she kind of offers it to you.
No,
I
thank
would like
you.
to
I just say, smile.
investigate as well.
Yeah.
And be a little bit more discreet about it. Because you said Second Inquisition, that's... I mean, you shouldn't... They're not bodyguards, for sense... Making it. Okay, so I have 4 successes. With 1 willpower. Because
What are you trying to do? Sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled investigation as well.
Okay.
Or to see like what technology it is, maybe I have a little bit more insight.
On the tracker?
If I was given, it was planted with a tracker, something, and yeah, because
It's
I mean, if
very...
you invite a kindred to a meeting, there's the understanding that there's no violence. There's that honor among thieves type of thing. But okay,
The tracker is very, like, the minute you kind of find it on your person and you undo it from your clothing, the closer inspection you make, you realize this is something that anyone can buy off the internet. It's a very cheap, like, pairing with it, and it doesn't really go that far. Like, it's Bluetooth set off, so at best you have maybe 10 meters worth of distance. So it's a bit odd for you to find this. Like, they want to perceive themselves to be tracking you, but in reality, it's pretty much like they want... The best case scenario is they want to potentially know where you stand in the building more than anything.
I think that's good before our protection, so I'll let it slide for now, and then I'll remove it later.
Just because this is making Mumbles especially paranoid, she's just gonna get ready for like a trap to be sprung. So just so that it's said and out clear, she's gonna activate fleetness just in case shit's gonna go down.
Right,
and I'll need to do a rouse check.
I
Yeah.
was about to say.
Yes. So she might take that goblet of blood after all. Yep. She just kind of like looks. You just see like in like these fighter movies where people go like, but you just see like a little shudder, and she will take one of the glasses, sniff it.
Yeah.
If she finds does it smell suspicious?
It actually might. Give me a resolve and investigation check.
Wait, I was thinking from your description it was a blood bag, not blood in the glass. So in the glasses there were wine, no?
No. So it's a glass that is a wine glass, is what I meant to say.
Ah.
Sorry, my description is a bit poor today, mostly because I'm really
It's
conscious about my voice going hoarse after last night.
No worries.
And so it is a wine glass with not wine but blood, and
okay.
there is a blood bag, but it's not a real blood bag. It's one of these kind of, you buy them off the internet. It looks like blood bags, but they're actually smaller. You know.
Yeah, but
But
is
so-
there blood in the blood bags?
Yes, there is. Very small
Okay.
in amount. I mean, it's more of
Oh.
a taster than actually. It's not going to remove your hunger. You know.
I'll take one and say much appreciated, and I'll put it in my pocket, actually, not drinking.
Added.
Smart.
If the difficulty is 2, I'm at it. If not, I'll spend the willpower.
All right. So no, the difficulty is 3.
Okay, I'll spend. Because this is making my survival senses tingling. This is good.
And tonight the beast is not having it, huh? For you.
No. Nice. I get a...
So, okay, sorry, go ahead.
You get a whiff of what seems to be mercury mixed into the whole thing. Quite a heavy sum of it. The lead in it is not the normal amount that blood normally has. It's been spiked with mercury.
She just kind of...
Sorry for a stupid question, but what's this mercury? I'm just trying to understand.
So, do you know the old thermometer, the one that goes up and down, the red thing?
Yeah, sure, of course.
That's mercury. That is
Hey.
For humans, it's poisonous.
for humans, it's
So
poisonous.
For
Mhm.
vampires, I don't know what the purpose is, but she's gonna look very pointedly. She makes sure she makes eye contact with every single one of her coterie and puts it back down. Just
I have not drank anything as of now. I'm just going to sort of. I want to give them it's a bag, right? Not a drink.
oh, this I
So you have two
Mercury,
options.
mercury.
It's either a drink or a miniature blood bag. These are the two
I-
options.
I
You have
would-
4
I would
and
say-
4.
A bag for later, please. Thank you. And I would pocket it in because, well, I'm the guy who likes blood bags. Everyone knows this. That's suspicious.
I'll just take a glass and it's like when you're having to toast but you don't drink, but you take a glass anyway to be with the crowd.
Another individual turns out from a side room and he hands you over latex gloves and what seems to be face masks as well, and asks you politely to each put them on.
Could I inspect the masks?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
will.
Investigation?
Yes, please.
Awareness. Okay. Wits.
Don't forget, guys, this guy is probably a hypochondriac, so he's very
Yes. More than likely. But I'm gonna
contagion freak type of person.
just 2 successes.
With 3 successes, yeah, you do notice that they are just standardized, pharmaceutical latex gloves, the blue ones, and just a PC2 mask.
Got you. I'll take one. I'll take them both, and everyone just I'll put them on.
yeah, she'll just look to Miles and just kind of tilt her head.
I give her a nod.
Yeah, she'll put the gloves on. Although they're probably gonna get ripped later at some point. She'll put the face. She's just trying to make very subtly clear, she's not liking this.
Jason,
Like she just snaps the glove just a little bit louder than you should.
once all of you have actually put on the medical gloves and the mask, the individual makes a noise with his throat, like a kind of situation, and Jason appears finally and says, "Apologies for all this. Unfortunately, I have been terribly
Do you understand right that me and Frank, we don't put masks and gloves either?
You don't put, or do you?
No, I
Because
have to
otherwise,
behave, man.
sorry, like,
This is the Malkavian territory. You're guests in this house. We're guests. Sorry, but yeah. So we are guests. So I'll have to abide by this protocol.
I put a mask on my face, but as for this gloves, I say that no, I'm don't like latex. Sorry.
in which case the person offers you to heavily wash your hands with a sanitizer bottle. It's about this big. It said, please use it all and sanitize your hands.
So actively using sanitizer then while talking to Jason all this time, like all this scene.
Yeah, so he comes on and he explains that the reason for this is that he has been heavily attacked by what seems to be a rival member within his territory, using rats and cockroaches onto his property. So he actually goes on explaining further that he's spent about a good 3 days sanitizing his entire building. And the only reason why that he hired extra men is because he has informed the Camarilla of Malta about this, because this said individual has threatened to join them in order to take over his piece of the territory and put it under Camarilla rule. This is his explanation for everything that's been happening here, and the men in front that patted you down are simply there to aid him. It was kind of a show of good faith from the Camarilla side that, things are fine. And it's a flex from their end about their agreement with the Inquisitions here.
I don't want to make more paranoid, Jason, but their agreement doesn't mean shit for anarchs. I know, because they decided to attack me for no good reason. I wouldn't depend on them if I were you.
Yes, this is why I have hired you here to help me out.
With cockroaches?
No, it's my rival.
This rival, he's not abducting Dr. Sherry's and offing them off, right?
Heavens,
You do know
no.
about Dr. Sherry.
Do I?
Yes. Yes.
Mute. Mute. Okay.
So, let me get this straight. You have a Camarilla rival. The Camarilla has given you extra protection against this rival, and they're not willing to do anything about it. If we're gonna get rid of this person, I
Does
think
this
you
person
understand
have a name?
my train of thought.
Okay. Let me break it down for you. He is a member of my own cohort. He tends to like to butt heads with me simply because he thinks that my condition is a joke. And he thinks he can do better without, quote unquote, my distractions for making sure that sanitization is top priority here. And he seems to have other plans which only show themselves in the darkest of night to light by saying that he will join the Camarilla in order to take over this plot. I have pleaded with the Camarillas to not take him in, and also show the loyalty of said agreement. by sending some form of force to aid me. And this is what they sent me.
Right.
They tell me not to worry because they are, supposedly under their heel. However, I feel uneasy. As you said, they're not exactly trustworthy. So
Are the some of the guards still in the room?
no, they're not in the room. They're outside. They're in the front of the property.
This might be a strange question, Jason. Where do you procure your blood?
Well, we have a fake blood donation van that goes out every week, collecting blood from the locals. And it's the best way we get our blood.
Well, since you've asked us to help you, I assume you did not try to poison us with mercury? I don't even know what that would do in our system, to be entirely honest.
I'm not aware. I'm not the one that handles the blood, so
I think maybe your ex-friend already a couple of steps ahead of you.
blast it. It's more deviant than I thought.
This friend, does he or she or it or they have a name?
Good point.
She does. Diana.
Do I know her out of character? Or
Same
do I
here.
know of her?
Same question here.
You can definitely roll for it.
Both of us?
Intelligence, politics.
Definitely, yeah. That is a possibility you could use.
And we also can I assist or make a roll for myself?
You can make a roll for yourself.
All right. And
Can
Can
I possibly roll streetwise just in case like she's more of unofficial channels?
I would allow it, yes.
I have 2 successes on politics. I could also roll streetwise.
So is that...
could I
Sorry.
leverage my known status if maybe I've met her beforehand?
Because you're an IP?
Because I'm a known in the kindred community because of my IP status.
Oh.
Would it help out?
It doesn't work that way,
really,
man.
No.
No? Okay.
It's more like in tough million, bro.
Yes.
Santa Joseph, he.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, nice. Now I have good stuff. I
think just roll and get.
I'll just roll and I'll see.
Yeah. I got
Ooh, 3.
All
I
right.
got 4 on the streetwise.
So let's go with the lowest. So the 2s, Diana. Name not familiar, not by any means. Streetwise creds. She is pretty much a blood bag dealer amongst the local kindred. She expands throughout all of the island for other kindreds that need supply specifically from that type of feeding. So while politically you've not heard of her, she does have a bit of a reputation of being the Robin Hoods of Malta for other visiting kindreds. She is kind of your go-to person if you're coming to Malta as a kindred for a holiday or whatever, to get your blood needs satisfied.
Would we know what clan she is?
She is of the Tremere.
Makes sense.
And that's interesting because cockroaches and mice, was it? Or like an Asferatu gangrel thing, but I mean,
Maybe with animalism.
it could also have she has allies and they give her boons. Oh.
Many things.
And
But I don't know of this, Diana. What do you know, Miles? You're the Tremere.
I mean, as someone
It's
who
maybe not
deals in
that
blood bags, but I'll try to think. Since I had a blood bag seller myself, well, through official channels, to be fair, would I have heard of this Diana from like Streetwise? Same with Mumbles.
Yeah, you would know her street creds.
Okay. All right. So not even rolled yet. Okay. I mean, I've heard of her because I deal with blood bags, but
You also have a folder on Norman's laptop about her,
Mhm.
and that's
I'll keep
about
that to myself.
like 10 gig on its own.
I'll
Oh,
keep that to myself for now. I'm
Okay.
because we're in front of a conversation. So, and I
Sure.
say, I mean, I know a bit. Well, now you mentioned that she's a blood pack seller. I mean, I know of her, of course. I mean, not just from here, but within the same circles. But why would she?
also,
Go ahead, sorry.
sorry,
Go ahead. No, go
my
ahead,
bad.
Mumbles, go ahead.
Whilst we're on that subject, tracking devices, your idea or no?
Why would I
Yeah,
need to check?
you might wanna. I can do it for you because I know where to look, but I know you might not want
Please
to.
don't let me.
Yes.
However, you see, because of his larger size as a kindred, because he does have quite a big belly and stuff, he has difficulty reaching certain places. So he calls upon the person who assisted you, actually introduced the gloves and the thing to help with the pat down, and he finds the bug planted in his shoe.
Well, the bad news
This
is
is
they know that I found it because I destroyed it in front of their eyes and kind of threw it at them. Second thought, that might have not been the greatest idea, but to be honest, coming here, I felt like I was walking into a trap.
I am highly offended, but somewhat surprised too. Crushes it between his fingers and just lets the pieces dust off. He immediately sanitizes. He brings out the sanitizer from his side, his
I was supposed to
jacket
say that,
pocket,
yeah.
and immediately starts. God knows what that's been before it's touched me. I might even have to change my clothes.
I think it's a good call you made, asking us to come here.
Yes, of course, I'm willing to repay boon for boon, as kindred tradition would be. If you need any favors in the future, we would be more than willing to help out. However, please do help me with the situation. I am sorry, I can't stop thinking that I'm crawling with microbes of. Ugh, I must go change and sanitize. Forgive me. Please make yourself comfortable in the library. I will be with you shortly.
Take your time, sir.
As he immediately rushes, fast walks as much as possible, with a bit of a wobble.
As once he leaves, I will then heighten senses of my sense of feeling, and I will try to feel for the microbe if I have it.
Yeah, yours was planted right underneath your collar.
Ow!
Same, I'd like to check if, well, I definitely have one apparently, but where exactly I'm trying to find.
Yeah, you find yours actually just stuck. I would imagine you're wearing like a belt or stuff like that, so you find it kind of hidden between the loop of the belt and the belt itself, and you find it there.
I'm taking it, not breaking it, just put it in my pocket again for purposes.
Would since this is something that's like probably commonly sold, as you've mentioned before, would I be able to know how to disable but not destroy it?
It funnily enough has a small, like, the reset button holes.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has that, but for pairing. So you
Okay.
could repair it with your phone if you have the app.
All right. If I have the app, well, I mean, this is a commonly sold thing, as you said before,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't be too hard. So, but I will for now like try to see if I can turn it off. Like reset it for now. Probably like pull up my pen and go.
You have difficulty with the pen. It's a bit of a small hole. You need like something like a toothpick to get in there.
Toothpick. All right. I kind of. This won't work.
Or one of those screwdrivers for glasses,
Yeah.
very
For now,
fine
I
stuff.
will like put it into my pocket, like deep enough so it doesn't pick up anything.
Yeah, I think Mama's gonna make herself comfortable on like a comfy looking chair or couch. Cross her legs and she's kind of thinking like possibilities, like She's trying to think. He's probably not gonna ask them to kill this person, but like her mind starts to wander as like a professional hired killer.
I think I sit on my chair, pull out my notepad and like a pen just ready to ask the questions.
Ah, Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Remember a week ago I asked you if you could do me a favor.
Yeah.
Are you able? And she kind of leans forward on the couch and she puts like her elbows on her knees and looks at you. Are you able to erase memories? Not just from the last 5 minutes like you do, whatever, how, but complete. Replace them with something else or
Not my
take them
specialty.
away.
Not my specialty, unfortunately.
She takes like 2 seconds and she turns to Frank, assuming he overheard. If not, she will draw his attention.
Depends. If you're
Ask.
in the library, you said that you should go to the library, right? The Jason. I mean, you could say that Frank was busy looking at the books. You can
Okay,
say
she'll
that.
just like get up and just like
I mean, Frank
his
knows
shoulder
better than to
lightly.
be more obvious.
Yeah.
now.
So she'll approach him, like tap on his shoulder, says, Frank, I have a question. Erasing memories, replacing them with something else. Is that something you do?
That's not the. It sounds like a favor. Okay.
If you can do it, yeah.
What's the specification?
She looks behind her to whatever Tatyana's doing just for a moment. And she looks back to Luke and she says, well,
And actually, he'll be like, sorry, this is not. I'm not trying to. It's doing. I'm doing it in game. He'd be like this, and he'd be like, finds a pen and paper, and tells you to write it quickly, because
fair enough. And she will basically she'll lean the piece of paper like either on the coffee table or like on like the column of a bookcase. And she'll basically write down kind in love with me question mark. I don't want to get hurt. So poof. She does like a cloud.
He can't resist giving you that, when you talk about those two do are dating and there's that gossipy touch to it, but he's like,
Yeah, she just kind of like her body language just kind of seems like awkward. Like that's why she's like in love with me question mark. She's just like she looks like she's not really comfortable.
be like, he'll make a note for it later, but he's like,
Yeah, she'll just nod.
he pockets the note, and he'll be like,
And if he allows, like she'll just give his shoulder like a squeeze of like thanks and return her seat.
I think this is the closest thing we've had to a civil conversation in a long while, but okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I have that. Okay. And then he'll be like trying to be more to show shrug it off and thinking about this Jason conundrum with Inquisition, and I mean, Frank is thinking you can't postpone a war to your disadvantage. You can only do so at your advantage, and that's something from Machiavelli. And what Jason is doing is not that at all. But that those are his mental musings, and he'll be like, Inquisition, Baron, and then like Diana, and he's trying to figure it out. Okay. Eyes. Do I notice anything in particular, Don? Let me be the nerd of the party. In the anything particular in the library that I notice, which might be like
One thing
Pass the
that
time.
stands odd in the library, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Both you see Tatyana fixated on something that she notices.
I just wanted to say that I was checking the library for probably Russian classics, something like Dostoevsky, Leo Tolstoy,
There,
and, for
as
example,
you
Brodsky.
as you were
Bakhtin.
looking, you fixate upon a trophy head of what supposedly should be an animal. However, you notice that it's actually a deformed head of what should be a werewolf, but is actually trying to look like a normal wolf's head. You can realize that this thing has been heavily tempered with in order to shorten the snout, file down teeth. However, a poor job was done clearly from the forehead's perspective. As wolves and werewolves, you know distinguishedly that they have different sized foreheads. Unfortunately, whoever was working on it did a poor job of breaking into the skull area to soften it down. What really
I'm trying.
catches your eye, however, is the fact that there's an inscription: "Gift from Petropavi."
Petro, what?
Petropavi, is that? I'm trying to pronounce that right.
Is it Russian or Eastern European?
It's
I'm
a
actually not getting.
it's an Eastern European name.
Something like Polish, probably Romanian. Okay. I'm trying to realize because I'm still not sure if it's fake or not, because it's made very poorly, as you mentioned, but it still can be a werewolf's head. If so, should I roll something, or do I understand that it's fake, or
You understand
it's...
that it's a fake wolf's head. You've seen them. You know what a wolf and a werewolf looks like. You understand the definition. So hence why the description of how poorly made this is.
Did Jason ever mention that he has some weird kink things? I'm turning back from the library and from this head to Mumbles and saying this. I mean, look at this. It's fucking disgusting.
She'll kind of look over and she's like, ah, yeah, I remember the word before. Just seems like a butchered trophy. She kind of like tilts from side to side. And just some out of character werewolf trivia facts for you guys if you want to hear it. If a werewolf dies, they always return to their natural form. In werewolf, you have three breeds. You have Homid, which are humans, Lupus, which are the actual wolves, and the Metis, which are born in their war form and will die also a werewolf. So this is
Yeah.
a Metis. So just some
Disgraceful.
werewolf
Likes her
lore there.
werewolves,
But
man.
Mumbles,
She likes
Mumbles
her
doesn't know that,
werewolves.
so I'm just gonna go back to being.
Okay.
She kind of
It is
like
very wise of
pokes
you,
it.
by the way. Don't use werewolves as meta, because when
It's
you have all
enough
that lore, you need.
as well.
No, I'm glad she caught on to that because that's very important. But anyways, yeah.
But that's out of character, guys. So okay.
Yes, because Mumbles wouldn't
No
know
worries.
that. So just
Um,
kind of poke it, and she just likes maybe werewolf taxidermy is one of his hobbies. Although I doubt it, since he's very much about clean taxidermy. It's not. And as she says that, she kind of like scratches under her nails and proceeds to pull out something unknown that you probably don't. And just kind of flick it.
It's like picking your nose or something. Jesus.
It's under her nail.
I mean, I don't like werewolves, apparently, but still, even I found it a bit disgraceful to their kind.
I find it more impressive they managed to kill one.
Wait. Wait. You think it's real?
Mona just kind of shrugs and says, if it is,
Well,
I think we should be more considerate to what kind of connections Jason would have.
no, it's a fucking poor fake. And,
It was sadly a gift, he says as he enters the room, overhearing you. Not made by my own hands, nor the hunt, whatever fate that lycanthropy thing ended up in. It was simply a gift from an old friend of mine. I do like to visit Poland from time to time, and he promised me that this individual, that if he were to be successful in his next hunt, he would send me one of his trophies, and, well, here it is. Of course, poor thing had to be kind of narrowed down to look like a wolf. As you see, it's, poor resemblance, I would say, too. Yes.
You have some powerful friends then, Jason, to take down a werewolf.
But you still
no
probably
small
have to say him that he needs to find another hobby rather than this.
It's not my hobby, I assure you.
Oh, but your friend.
I don't deal with the Polish. And again, when you say it's like that, friends, it's not that kind of friendship.
An acquaintance.
Indeed, we just happen to share the same interests in literature.
All right.
With insight.
Go for it.
Literature. Sorry. Was Frank is calling bullshit. Of course, he won't say it, but it's like,
Go for it.
well, he has a diary, but even it's like
Is it new or is it?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, it's dying.
you have to do a
Mr.
guess.
Robato.
Tell whoever's streaming at home to stop streaming. We are having a very important game tonight. Luke. And
Which
we're rolling, okay?
I was
Two successes. With two successes, I would say that there is an element of truth because you did notice the majority of these books are actually first edition in his collection. Something that at first didn't really kind of matter as much, but then you go like, okay, that's why they're all first editions.
Yeah, man, Cave Fixation collection, yeah.
To the matter at hand, if you
And
don't mind.
no,
Yes, to the matter at hand, I
Okay,
do have
come
some
again?
questions.
mm,
If that's okay.
Yes, I'm here to help you as much as I can. However, I would like to hear how I can help you and to see if we can manage to control the situation.
Well, is it okay if I can ask a couple of questions in regards to this, Diane?
I will see what I can answer.
Sure. So let's start with the kind of obvious. Why is she interested in your domain specifically?
Well,
Like, there's
she
many-
blames me for a recent passing of one of her important connections. Some Norbert, no. Norbert.
Norman?
That one, yes. Very unpleasant fellow. I've met his acquaintance many a times. Don't don't really like the disformed and disfigured, the dirty.
And why does she blame you that you had a cause for his?
Well, the last time that he came poking about my business, I told him to sod off.
Do you remember what he was asking you about?
A favor of sorts, trying to get information about potentially knowing something about a foreigner entering our shores, hunting down a girl.
Mumbles
Okay.
will make eye
There were
contact
two
with
of
Mouse
them.
and just nod, like, sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting, go ahead.
No, I give a I kind of give a bit of a nod and I say, okay. And it was a bit weird. You had and you had no hand in his death.
No, certainly
No.
not.
Okay.
I actually received the news from her herself. I had no idea that he was for the ash.
Okay. No worries. Do you have any clue of her usual haunts at these usual haunts? Usually, areas she tends to go around and hang out.
As
None?
we kind of keep each other's businesses as private as possible, despite that, unfortunately, my actions need to be a bit more in the open and transparent, just to keep everyone happy that everything's moving smoothly, and we don't end up in the most worst side of politics on the island. So
That's understandable.
we all serve up function as long as the wheel keeps turning. And the cogs all match. I don't seem to have a problem.
That's fine. Has she been interrupting any of your businesses? Has she been coming to any of your areas of domains that you have under your control? Cause trouble?
Coming to think of it, actually, she did mention that she has been having quite the resistance from a particular individual who I helped import a couple of goods, let's call them that, for this person. I mentioned displeasure that we've had, and for some reason he's decided to say, then in that case I will no longer do business with her, as she too has kind of been roughing me around for more than she's worth.
All right. Could you give us the name of this business?
Now, of course, he goes by Alex.
What's his business?
He deals with antiques of sorts.
Antique dealer.
Yeah, let's call it that. Yes, sure.
Okay.
I believe he's also made contact with Laura a couple of times for some favors. I don't know if that would help.
I give a nod to Frank, and then I say, "All right, no worries, thanks." That's the only one you think that she caused trouble with? You think?
That's the one that I know of.
Okay. All right. Would you give us free reign in your domain to see if we can ask any other like businesses we know, like any questions in regards to if she caused trouble around, just in case?
As long as you don't cause trouble like you cause in your domains, I have no problem. Be very civil if possible, please.
We will.
There is a reputation.
We will. I look at
Jason.
God, Frank.
Once there's a pause in the conversation,
Man,
Mom was just kind of
I
like
was about
look
to.
up to Jason from like under her sunglasses and say, "So, what's the desired effect here?"
Well, one of two things could be possible. Either, well, convince her to stop and behave, which is the more civilized way of doing things, and fall into a more peaceful form of arrangement. Alternatively, she'll have to move domains and find herself another cohort locally or get out of the island. That's the only way I see things ending.
So
And
Jason?
if she And if she resists violently,
Violently? Why should it resist violently?
She's
She's
asking if we have to kill her or not in the worst scenario.
good lord, what? Why? And wouldn't that have to fall under my decision, if so?
that's why we're asking.
I
Mhm.
do not permit that to happen. No, as if I'm telling you, I want to resolve this like I always do, in a peaceful, clean manner.
So,
Seek
Jason, if you want to resolve it in a
communication,
peaceful,
then.
clean manner, these are not the people you need to talk to. Let's start with the basic question.
I'm just gonna
Your
pretend that I didn't
domain
hear
is
that
good, good,
for the
good.
sake of diplomacy. Frankie,
Business as a process, yes.
and she gives him like a cruel smile when she says Frankie.
Let's see.
This
Out of
domain you
curiosity,
have.
can I ask you something? This guy, Norman, why he thought that you can help him with the finding this guy he was looking for?
Well, uh, he was said to have made several layers for his headquarters, place to rest. I don't know what you want to call it, but apparently he has been spotted in my domain a couple of times in order to
Norman.
lick his wounds. Oh no, this other shabby fellow.
Foreigner.
Why he would
What's the name of
choose
this fellow?
Michael something.
Ah, Mikhail. Russian. You don't know him, right?
Well, the origins Mikhail is not exactly Russian if we have to be accurate about literacy and the origins of names, but I guess you've kind of let it slip he is Russian, therefore you must know of the situation.
No, he just
We
assumes
have
that he might know something, right?
As usual.
I see.
In any case,
Mhm.
so-
So Jason, and Frank is, I won't roll report, but Frank is like, your domain, right? How many kindred are in your domain?
I currently have about 6.
So none of these 6 kindred are
Including
capable
Diana,
or
by the way.
willing to help you?
Well,
Of course, excluding Ren in this case.
all of them have their own set of skills that help this side of the island function the way it does. To go above and beyond that and start getting all hands dirty, each other's, well, no, not likely.
Alright.
It's not that they wouldn't
So
be
this
helpful, as in they won't cooperate. It's more on the lines of like, what can they do? It's far from their skill set.
so I'm curious now, what can they do? What do they do for you?
Oh, we help each other on a more civilized level, a more, one with the arts, the other one with, well, you know, law and control, those kind of things.
Alright.
By
So you
any
need
chance.
a diplomatic solution then.
We need
Diana.
a more firm hand to show her that she must either play her part alongside the rest of us, or she wants to keep going the way she's going and find herself in a more soothing environment on the island, such as your territories.
Relocation.
Exactly.
So she blames you for Norman's disappearance.
She does. After, you know, the incident of me telling him to sort off. I admit, I wasn't so calm-headed as I am now, and perhaps my speech was a bit more, backhand across the cheek kind of manner, but she takes the altercation to heart. That she thought that I would be so capable to get my hands dirty, to end the poor fuck.
Hopefully, we can all attest this to a big misunderstanding, just lack of communication.
That's what I hope.
I don't have any further questions. Do you guys?
Nope.
I
think
have
we're all
some
set.
questions because of the Attard incident. That is under your domain, yes?
A Todd incident.
Yes. Dr. Sherry.
Um,
There was a certain number of abductions and of our kind, the Sears. Thanks to our friends in Bloody Rabat. Biker boys,
I'm aware
you
of who you
wouldn't know
speak
anything.
of. I believe the last note I received by email was Dr. Cherry made his formal notification that he would be going to Spain for holiday. Abduction I know nothing about.
Who did send you this email, if I may be so bold?
The doctor.
The doctor himself. Okay. This is new.
It's been a couple of months now since I've received it. To be fair, I do find it odd it's been taking that long.
Very well. And so, back to the Diana business. If we were to talk to her, are there any concessions from your end which you would not give her, would consider to allow her? As a bargaining chip, as a token of goodwill.
Olive branch.
Maybe when we cross that bridge. I can't think of none right now. But I'd
And
have a think.
And I'm thinking because now he's a Malkavian, he's a hypochondriac. So, 'cause my original plan was to see if we could invite them both to a neutral territory. He did come to Laura's place, which is in Lija, but that's a little bit too far. However, could make sense to have the meeting in a neutral place so they can be very level-headed.
They'll need to agree to it first, though, out of character. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I think. I'm saying this out of character.
I'm thinking obviously a little bit ahead, too. Alright. We wanna know where we can find this Laura. She's in this Diana. She's in.
Well, we've got plenty of places to start.
Yep.
Would you mind sharing with one of us or with all of us your contact so we can keep you updated?
Of course. He
Mumbles
actually
will take out her
actually
flip phone.
produces a card out
Oh,
and
perfect.
hands it over.
She'll very gently put it in the jacket pocket.
So leave and discuss between us? Do I get it right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Silence.
If there's no more questions there.
No.
And I think it's better to start sourcing your blood from somewhere else. I don't know what kind of effects mercury would have on kindred, but I doubt it's any good.
I'll have a whole new clean batch made. Produced production. And you start realizing he's losing himself.
Right. Mom was just gonna be like, great. She just kind of like whatever and starts to walk out.
We'll walk, yeah.
Wait, he says.
Oh.
I'm there. I'm nowhere. I told you I'm the one you should be.
I had a weirdest moment right now. You, he looks over to Tatyana. You're going to experience unbelievable pain.
Is it a threat?
No, I am. A vision of like a fatherly figure comes to you.
Here we go again.
But he holds something you hold dear to him. He's broken, it seems, without it. Who are you?
What do you mean by broken? What do you see?
I don't know. It's these things just come to me in the worst of moments.
Premonition. All right. So thank you for the warning. We'll give it a night.
Mm. Stay safe. He has a genuine look of worry for you. Stay safe.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yeah. It was good to have a chat.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Then-
And we'll leave the perplexed Jason behind.
So, what's your next step?
So that was interesting.
Probably
This is
live in the
way too
mansion, discuss what we're gonna
trustworthy-ish.
do.
Yeah, but
Mm,
not
this
whilst they're
guy
in
just-
in earshot of like
Mhm.
listening devices or whatever.
Everyone's moved their bugs, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Sorry.
Everyone's moved their bugs. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's all it.
Well, some of them kept it in the pocket still. Like, so I guess if
know,
they're
I know.
outside, Mumbles will be like, right. So I think this is the point where you can take those bugs and
I'm going to actually keep one to see if we could, look into it further. Buy a new toothpick.
would I be allowed just for it because it's funny, just to kind of like extend one pinky claw and help him like deactivate it that way without having to like do a rouse check for it.
I'll allow it just for comedy's sake.
So yeah, just because it's funny, she'll just kind of mouse grab the
Yeah.
device,
Yep.
and
Okay.
just like from the hand, it goes like choop, and she'll gently.
I'll say, all right, turn it clockwise. All right, there we go. That's all we need.
And it will disappear again.
Man, I would like to learn something like that, so just to have it on hand. He chuckles to himself.
Or get a Swiss arm.
Well,
Those
I have
tools.
my Swiss blade somewhere. Oh yeah, we just got it back. Okay, so because I do want to investigate, maybe see if we could trace this back. But we probably know who it is, but always prepared to be cautious, right? And I'll put it back in my pocket, disabled now.
Yeah.
All right, so we head back to headquarters.
Well, we've got a couple of locations. We can start searching. Perhaps splitting up would be a good idea, or maybe not. And she kind of pointedly looks to Tatyana.
I'd like to take a look at the laptop again because the Diana file is on Norma's laptop. It was pretty big. It was like
Which
10
is at
gigabytes.
your place, eh?
Yeah, it's at
Frank, by the way, did you find your tracker as well? I don't quite remember.
the bug, you mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he removed this bug, I think.
Is
Right?
it still active?
Frank?
He produces the bug out of the device and disables it, or probably is disabled. This is not. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it's so illogical. Even I mean, you hire mercenaries, they end up killing you, and he's dealing with Second Inquisition goons and this Diana fellow lady.
So, do you mind if I'll by myself get rid of this one, activating
Sure.
it back?
Sure, you can get rid of it. You can get rid of yours. I'm keeping mine just so we can trace it back to maybe whoever's listening in. Maybe we could do a feedback loop. Loop
No,
it back
it's just I wanted to kind of trick those people who made this. so-
sure, go for it. I have an idea.
Okay, so I'm taking your back activated. Mine still activated as well. Frank, do you mind, or are you gonna keep
Well,
it to yourself?
I'm keeping mine to myself because I need
Oh.
to use it.
Well,
So,
fine.
no worries.
Well,
What
I'm
do you
just gonna
plan to
have
do?
mine.
Put it
Huh?
decoys?
No, just a bit of tricky thing. Nothing. But at least somebody who's gonna track us down, not gonna track us down.
You can stick it to a car.
Yeah.
I
Or
think she's gonna
maybe-
use her Beth.
Well,
Or
you
her
have the
bed.
point. So what I'm just planning to do is, as I believe I already
Had the
have my
point from the
phone,
beginning.
smartphone, I'm ordering a taxi and Uber probably. I'm kind of taking an Uber. But when the driver just start like the driving, I just gonna put it somewhere probably behind the how do you call it, the seat. And then
Yeah,
I
you can
just gonna
stick it in the.
stick it, and I'm just gonna stop the driver and say something like, "Oh, sorry, my plans just have changed. I just need to go out," and I give him the money, and just so, yeah, here's the money. Bye. That's it.
Before you still need to go to where are we going? Lija or
Well,
HQ?
we might as well reconvene then, and I'll see in the meantime if I can pick something up from my contacts if they know the current whereabouts of Diane.
I'll check our file on Normal's file. Maybe something's gonna be hard to encrypt through it. So
So
We'll take some
are we
time.
going to mine or are we going to yours, Frank?
Let's go to yours. Let's
think
see
it's
you be the
closer.
Baron.
It's closer as
Sure.
well.
She'll nod and start to walk to her side.
You could get to the car.
So Tatyana's going with the Uber.
No, she's
So
she
we're
she
going back
canceled
to
the Uber.
Pieta.
You know, actually, I think Mom's is just gonna wait until Tatyana like did her thing, and then she can like hitch a ride on her motorbike.
she was doing the fake. She was faking it. She was like, "Oh, like I have to go." Like she canceled the ride.
Yeah, but she'll just stay nearby so that it doesn't look weird, and
Mhm.
then they can go together. Because Mumbles is now in the state of like, okay, I'm not gonna leave Tatyana alone for like
Mhm.
forever
Whatever reason.
until this Mikael's
Sounded-
situation
to be
is
fair.
finished.
To be fair,
Wow, that's especially sweet.
out of the four of us, Mumbles is the best one to protect Tatyana. To be fair, out of the four of
You know,
us.
Tatyana can protect herself, and I guess she proved it
Yes, she
already.
can.
But
But
okay.
an extra pair of eyes.
But you know, Mikael might not be the only person who's starting to get a little bit possessive.
This abusive relationships has to stop.
But it's just like you don't touch my, you don't touch my packmate. Leave her alone. She doesn't come with you.
I appreciate it. So I guess we're going with you to your location.
Yeah. Mumbles and Tatyana together, and then on the way, maybe she'll stop like in some crowded
Close
places,
from
or see if
Balsam to
she
Pieta,
can
so-
find some of her contacts and maybe figure out if they know where Diana's been hanging out recently.
You get a immediate reply that the sighting of Diana is actually in the robot section, doing drop-offs there tonight.
Okay. Under whose control is that again, Robot?
The bikers,
Bruja. Cool. So that's gonna be her next phone call then. Once they arrive at the HQ, they wait for the other two to show up, I guess, once they get there.
Once you arrive at the HQ, you are greeted with the weirdest and almost heart-dropping scene. The place has been ransacked down. Every one of your men has been staked. However, the worst part of it all, you hear what seems to be a whistle, a familiar tune. Coming from the top of your HQ.
All right.
What
Yes, this
kind
is
of
happening.
tune?
The Russian lullaby.
Which one?
The one
The wolf and the duck from John Wick. The wolf
Oh.
and the what was it?
the one
So,
that was the one that you found that had a correlation to it. The name of the song.
The
poem.
song, the communist song.
Yeah.
I don't think it was communist, but it doesn't really matter.
Or
So-
something.
Soviet.
Soviet.
We think it's
There you
Soviet.
go, my bad.
So I
Sorry.
do recognize the voice then, right?
Yeah.
From
Right.
the top you said. So at this point I'm just stop. You see how my face becomes so extremely angry. Now I'm done with this shit, and I'm rushes forward to the top. And while running, I'm activate my feral weapons, which is would be close.
That's Rose.
Yes, and rouse for something else as well,
Mhm.
which is prowess from the second point of potence that I have. So that when activated,
Prowess gives you.
potence rating of the user to their unarmed damage, while as well as the feats of the strengths. So I get +2, I believe.
Yeah,
the
but
damage.
it's unarmed, so it doesn't count on your claw attacks. Just saying.
Wait, really? I've actually read some arguments about this that actually close is considered as unarmed.
I mean, it's gonna
You
be up
kind
to
of have
Don.
to choose
Okay.
because claws give you half superficial damage.
Yes,
So,
I do.
mean, I would allow it if you want to lift the guy
Here we
and
won't.
throw him.
But
So
it's not.
let's
But if you
just
went
ask
to-
Don as the
Yes.
game master
Yes,
if the
thanks.
prowess walkthrough is close or it doesn't, because lots of conversation. I've not conversation quarrels.
Yeah,
about
this is one of those long lists in the forums.
Yeah, this is like
What is the end goal here to use? I'm just curious.
just to get more damage when
Uh,
when the
Get
fighting
rid
starts.
of him. Yeah, I mean,
I'll allow it.
take him down.
I'll
Take
allow
him
it.
down.
Nice.
Okay, so 2 rounds check then, because
Cool.
yes.
So
Because
you're gonna
um,
get inside and run to the top, right?
That's what she said.
that's
Yeah.
precisely what I do.
So
Yeah.
you just
One
as
last
you're
check,
running, going through the ransacked building, destroyed property, computers smashed, clearly from physical altercations. Your members
Okay,
have
I'm
been
fine.
staked, so they're not dead at least. And there's a whistle, and the minute that tune hits her ears,
She's
amongst all
off.
of you, she sprints to the top.
So did we all arrive together, or would Mumbles and Tatyana be first?
You guys kind of arrived in similar timings. You kind of find parking a bit far off from it, so you kind of walk from your parking spots to the location, enter, and find this.
Cool.
So
I'll just wait for Ethan to get back before I
that two
will
failed?
say what I will do.
Okay, that's up to 300 there for Tatyana's
Mhm.
character. All right, so
Well,
right, so she runs up. So let's create that setting into motion. In the meantime, is there anything else happening as she goes up?
Yeah. So because I was just waiting for Ethan to get back.
Okay.
But what I will do, if we all arrive together, Mumbles will be just kind of. She'll tilt her head, look up, tilt back, and say, "I'll see you guys at the top." And I'm gonna activate reversal. So traversal is basically I can run up buildings because I'm fast as fuck.
All right. So what, you're gonna hitch out of a window and climb it up?
So So it's basically I would probably take a couple of steps back, and when people are just getting ready to run, I will need to do a rouse check for it, but I'm just setting the scene. And I will need to make a difficulty check though. So let me just read you the ability. So I need to make a dexterity athletics roll with difficulty of 3 to 6. So depending on how hard you think it would be for me to run up this building, depending on slipperiness or whatever, I will have to make that difficulty check. And if I succeed, I will be able to do it. And if not, I'm gonna have to, I guess, use the momentum to climb up further. 4. Cool. So I'll make a rouse check first.
And our good friend Miles is back. Hello, Miles.
Nice. I don't get any.
Sorry.
Mumbles is going to jump out the window and climb up the side of our building.
Well, not climb. Running. I need to make this very important
It'd be like,
distinction.
what's that guy from X-Men? The one who's super fast. The one with the
Silver?
sister, Magneto's child.
Quicksilver.
Silver. That's how I imagine it. When he's saving the children from the explosion, the students.
Yeah.
And just when you're like, whoa, that's a lot of successes. Remember, I have fleetness activated, so this makes on-combat dexterity checks very. So you guys see Tatyana run off. Mumbles takes a
Rushes.
couple of steps back, and she'll look. I'll see you guys at the top, and in a flash,
Huh?
she disappears. And then if you look up, she'll be actually running straight up on the building.
Boy. All right. Oh.
Masquerade is like,
Masquerade breach, man, but okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be busy tonight, it seems. As I get off the car quickly and take the normal route, which is the stairs.
And I think it's only fair to say, because I'm using one ability, I cannot activate the other yet. So I'll wait for that on my next turn.
I'll take the normal route, stairs.
All right. And where do we leave Frank at?
Follow me.
He'll look at the scene and he'll be like, these guys never read some Machiavelli, and they'll be like, following Miles very nonchalantly, shall we say. You see.
at
I'm
this
running up
point,
the stairs.
before the epic scene begins, can we have a short break? Because I need
Yes,
to
sure.
refill my glass.
Yeah,
so also
same.
actually cook.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break then.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Tatyana reaches the top of the building first. Playing with the blades, spinning it on his index claw, and whistling the tune awaits Mikhail. He no longer wears his shabby looking coat. It's actually hanging on the side on a chair. His eyes fixated onto the entrance that you came from. He looks onto you and finally he stops whistling. In Russian, he addresses you, daughter. It is time you come with me.
At this point, when I just approach the top and I'll see him, I'm maybe just stunned for probably just a second. But as I said, I'm furious. I'm absolutely angry of what just happened. And I'm screaming in English, stop ruining my life and life of my friends. And at this point, I'm running into him and trying to attack him with my claws.
Okay. Let's roll.
Okay, can you remind if it's strength and brawl?
It is. So
Okay.
I have to counter that, right? Let's go.
Not dodge it or meet it.
You can
I'll
dodge,
meet
you
the
can.
Yeah.
1, 2.
A good offense is the best defense and all that kind of stuff.
So that's a 5 from my end.
Okay, so the question, can you remind me how specialty works? Because for Brawl, I do have specialty in Kindred, so...
You add an extra die.
Canada.
Yeah, you just add 1 to your bonus.
Okay. And difficulty is...
5.
5.
Oh my god, 5. Okay. Well, actually, I know that's wild, but I am wild right now as fuck. So I rouse check to get 2 extra dices. And I know that I'm gonna be in hunger for, but I'm absolutely mad right now.
Let's go. Let the beast take
Makes
over.
sense.
Yeah, so I have +2 and +1, so it would be +3 bonus. Okay. That would be like this with difficulty 5. Okay. Almost.
Spend a willpower.
Okay, so how much...
I'm not saying sorry.
I
Sounded like a command. Sorry, that was not.
No, that sounds like something that Tatyana would do in this situation. So remind me, I can reroll all my failures, so that would be
The
3.
4.
So only the non-hunger dice. So but you can
dice.
only roll up to 3 dice. So you get.
Oh, yes.
So
So 3 out of the 4 that you got there.
so I can reroll 3.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Difficulty, well, 1 apparently, I need only 1. Okay, 3.
No.
I got 3 out of 3, so
Right.
in total I have 7 successes.
Immediately, you knock the wind out of him, and in rugby style almost, take him with your claws deep into him and strike him right through the building's wall. You find yourself tumbling into the top roof. The debris crashes around you as you hear him laugh, although you can hear deep in his voice that your strike is true and hard, as some uncomfortableness is heard. He grabs you by the hair and he's about to toss you off.
Okay,
Let's
so...
go.
Can I resist somehow?
Yes, you can.
Which is...
So we're doing
Those?
this. No.
Contested roll.
Well, you're either gonna try and well, I think it's more of a dodging if he's trying to grapple you.
Yeah.
So that would be dexterity, athletics, stuff like this?
I'd say so, but it's up to Don, of course.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
Right. Yeah, athletics and dexterity is makes sense to me. So that is a 6 from my end.
So I need 6 successes, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, to not get grappled.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I actually have a chance. A very, very small.
Don't worry, Mumbles is about to come in at some point, I hope.
Just to make point, I do extra 4 damage right now with my claws, which comes only because of my potence and because of feral weapons with the claws. With which attack?
Is it full superficial or is it aggravated?
Yeah, with the claws.
No.
It's not halved for Kindred because it's...
So if it's
special
strength +2. If she has a strength of 3, you add a +2 with the feral weapons, and it's total of 5.
Right.
5 points.
So I have strengths out of 4, so yes, it's 4, and
it's
with
6.
+4, so it's 8, I believe.
Yeah, 8.
Well, I do
Or
hurt
+2
people,
+2, 8, is that?
Interesting.
and not people only.
Okay. Right. So you gotta resist his quick jerk at your back of your head to toss you off him. So roll that for me. Oh, you did. You failed it, right?
It's a bestial failure to be
Oh.
precise. I just want to make sure my beast is extremely, extremely angry right now, so it could...
Oh, yeah.
It's hard as
So-
fuck.
Not only does he manage to toss you off, but unfortunately, due to your nails into him. A few of them, I would say 3 of them, break off inside of him as he tosses you off, and you tumble onto the other side, just as you hit something that just has seemed to present itself out of nowhere, and Mumbles looks down upon you.
Yeah, so like I guess like she like there is like because like if you're running up onto like a like you have like a little bit of momentum, so like you hear like a whoosh kind of sound, and then there's like a thump.
Yeah.
She like lands next to you. She just kind of looks, make sure that
You-
Tatyana doesn't
I
look super
guess-
injured.
I scream from pain because I don't think it was gentle,
No.
breaking
No, like
the
she can
clothes.
probably see the nails breaking.
Yes, so I'm screaming in pain right now on the floor, but and like say my turn comes, can I activate it again then, or how that would work if I'll try to do this again?
I would. Does it say remain activated throughout?
Yeah, I
the
mean you'd
encounter?
have
Very
to kind
close.
of yeah, like but you can
It's- I-
choose to retract them. But
I
like
guess
So they
you
kind of-
the damage then
but you might
was
treat this like as a wound, kind of, that even if you will retry and do them again, like they will still be broken somewhat, but that's up to them. It's like
Mhm.
flavor.
I would rule it as superficial or otherwise damage.
Yeah, I mean,
Or just like as a flavor thing, that it's like that there's like some
I would
yeah.
say you get like 2 superficial damage out of that, from the situation, and yeah. So to regrow them, if you wish, I would say you can rouse.
once again.
Yeah, just to
Okay.
regrow the ones you broke. You said it's not you broke all of them. It's just one hand, and maybe you have like 3 of them ruined, like your pinky, maybe your index.
Okay, I'm managing this.
Cool.
So you take
Nice. So
Yeah.
I'll land next to Tatyana. She does that. I see her regrow her fingers, and I'll do a rouse check as well for feral weapons. And she just kind of like they go like, and like she just extends them fully, and she says, "Is this it? Are you sure?"
Mikael slowly but steadily gets onto his feet, and the blade he holds in his hand, he just kind of makes a quick whoosh onto the floor, and sparks fly off. He
So
gestures the blades towards you, Mumbles, and he kind of with the hilt goes,
Like he wants me to pick up the blade.
no, he wants you to like, it's just he blades in his hand, and he kind of like
Okay.
like a bring it on situation.
Yeah. So, but she will just look. She like, 'cause she asked Tatyana like,
So I
Are you-
stand down very quickly, like rushing again, and I'm looking at her direction for like a second. Then yes, this is the end, and I'm rushing again towards Mikhail, trying to again attack him.
Oh god, okay, here we go.
I think it's turned still, right? So
So yeah,
Should
it's
we roll
still-
initiative
It's this
to
point
make
we
it?
roll initiative, people.
yeah, I think
I
it's better.
need also Ethan to roll his initiative into this, because he just
Can you
messed
remind
up
me
the
what we roll in
stairs.
this case?
So,
Resolve
do you
and
mean, so do you mean to roll dexterity initiative?
Yep.
Initiative, sorry, not initiative, because we don't have initiative.
I need you to roll initiative.
Dex
yes.
wit.
Dex wit.
Yeah.
That works.
Dex wits, that's success.
Dex and Wits.
So 1, 2, 3.
So that's
So I got a 4.
Oh god. Oh boy. 7 successes.
7.
I got a double zeros
Nice.
Okay.
when I rolled this.
How poorly I rolled today.
That's 6 for me.
Can I just keep silent?
Is that a
0 out of, well, I've rolled
Ouch.
4. Yes, and all 4 is a failure.
But I think it makes sense that maybe Mamos gets like 1 turn because she like used celerity to get
yes.
up on the roof fast, and then we will
That's
go and
a
like the
good
proper
point.
turn order.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool. Thanks.
Fair point. I guess I need time to, well,
Yeah.
how you call, to grow my clothes again and stand up. So that's why it would be the last one. That makes sense.
I have a proposition for you, Don. Let's see if you like it. If I would make a rouse check to use blink, would you allow me to use that as kind of like a surprise attack, as like me being able to like blink behind him and like try and get him from the back? It's up to you. I can also just attack normally.
I mean, I'll allow a challenged one.
What do you mean?
So you get to roll to see if you manage to surprise him or not.
Okay.
It's high awareness of who you are at this point after tracking you for so long.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what are we rolling then?
So we are against a... Fucking... Can you beat an 8?
With what roll?
With... Sorry, yeah, that's right.
Like, just to attack or like
So
to
blink
be able
in,
to...
to blink in.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Yeah. Dexterity and athletics, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll rouse the blood actually for 2 extra die.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll go for it. But like Mumbles is kind of getting tired of doing this every time as well, and
The
she's getting
beast
angry.
is hammering at the door.
Yeah, that's okay because it's
Today
thematic.
is the day.
Today is the day he
It's
dies.
been weeks of playing games, not tonight.
I can't actually modify the pool enough, so I'm gonna like do the roll and then have to do 1 extra D1.
No problem.
So I don't know how that's gonna work. 8 you said, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so let me just do that 1d8. One I think there's like a
You
little
almost
dice.
managed this.
How do I
Yes.
roll just the 1 die?
/R space 1d10 in the chat box or roll20 if you want.
So /roll and then 1d10.
Yep, make sure there's a space between roll and d10.
Nice, so that's actually 8 successes.
That's a crit. You have...
Oh, I have a crit.
That's a
Yeah, so
crit.
that's 10 successes then.
Yeah. You blink right next to him, and he is shocked to see you disappear from next to her, on realizing that you are exactly right there.
Cool. And I'm gonna stab him. Like, just with the
Oh, we know.
claws, like, inside, like hitting the spine. Like
Oof. Okay.
Assassin's Creed style, you know, where you're kind of just
Mhm.
shoving the blade, like, up in between, like, from the spine into the ribs.
All right.
Whew.
That
Alright.
is...
Strength. Oh. I'm just gonna roll it as a 0, and then you can decide like how much the surprise attack like takes away, or how much damage that does.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a messy crit.
All right. Jesus. Okay. So
Getting nasty.
Quite.
you tear into his back. Feel your claws scrape like with these, and you kind of scrape right in next to the spine, and you just have him there. I would say, well, the damage is what it is, no? Usually.
Yeah, so this is depending on how much you, because usually surprise attacks are like difficulty 1, so that means technically if a messy crit, that would be 7 unhalved superficial damage because of the feral weapon.
Okay. So, alright. So that's a 3.
You see, this is why you piss off the game.
At this point, he is stunned from the pain. However, in a moment's notice, his blade switches round and goes through himself onto you too. So let's
It's
roll.
dedication. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if you
If you allow me to dodge it, I will
Yeah.
try. But if not, I'll take the. I'll
Yeah,
take
no,
the.
you're allowed to retreat your
Knife.
claws and try to dodge. That is a total of 7.
Do I need to re-roll again? Do I do the rousing of the blood is just for one attribute, right? So
Yeah.
it lasts for one scene. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna need to do the same. 7. You said.
Yeah.
I'll need to roll one more. And I might to use some willpower. We'll see. Yeah, I'll spend willpower.
Okay.
And I need to meet. I'll need to beat it actually. Because it's like doing the active attack. No, so like I meet it. I get. Unless I get a crit somewhere. No, I don't. So I meet it with 7 successes, but I don't beat it. So it's up to what that means.
So as you're about to pull away, the blade goes straight through your hands, almost helping it to retreat, but it has pierced it through.
Yeah.
Take 1 aggravated damage.
Ouch. I think this is a good point for me to roll for Anger Frenzy.
You could.
But-
Miles will be up next, so you know what you want to do, Miles?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Somebody, let
I
me
guess
know.
downstairs.
Am I up on the roof?
You are, yeah.
Okay. 1 moment. All right. So I see the situation right now. Did I make him angry?
What would be the difficulty for the Anger Frenzy? 2 or 3?
That would be
Because it's
a
Sorry.
1 with the state of your.
fair enough.
I have an idea.
Yeah, almost. But I resist.
It is. What does this one require me to do?
You and the beast are walking quite hand in hand tonight for now.
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta let it out and play.
Right. Which brings us to Miles.
Mm-hmm. I burst out to the roof to see situation. Seeing Mumbles is struggling a little bit. Is Mumbles struggling?
No, like I think that like the moment where you like go in,
Yeah.
like you see like she like rips her hand like from out of his spine, but you see like there's like a hole in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't look
Good. Right. One moment. Okay. No. We're going to let's. I don't. It's not going to do much, but I think it might do something because I'm not going to enter the fray there. I am not someone who can probably take on him. So I'm going to actually kind of manipulate the blood in me. I'm going to kind of point my hand out to Mikhail. I'm going to basically whisper a little bit in the arcane scripture of blood sorcery as I'm going to extinguish his vitae.
Okay.
So it's going to be a contested intelligence plus blood sorcery versus stamina composure. So they roll stamina composure, I roll intelligence blood sorcery, which is 6 for me. That's 4 successes for me.
God. 1, 2, 3. That's a 7 with a messy crit.
Why do you roll this way? How many
Ooh.
dice does you have?
I mean, he's a gangle. He has 4.
The gangle has a Yeah, so that's a failure, so nothing happens.
Presumably,
Well,
Nothing happens, but something has a messy critical, it seems.
yeah. So
Sorry,
removing
Mumbles.
removing the blade from within him, turns around and he meets your gaze. You try to do this, and from this immediate moment, he uses the moment to kind of flip over
Mm-hmm.
to avoid the situation.
Yeah.
And in doing so, with the blade itself, hockey sticks one of the debris from the broken and hits your hand off.
Okay. So he loses a knife.
Yeah.
elder
Yeah,
stuff.
nice.
So yeah.
I go, damn it, as I'm going to pull out the switchblade then. Ready it up just in case.
All right.
That's me done. Oh, well,
Mumbles.
Yeah.
at least you don't
All
have to
right.
knife.
Are we
gonna be
gonna?
my turn, actually?
It's coming
Sorry?
soon. It's coming soon.
What is-
Right after Mumbles.
Yeah,
Ah,
because it's like I
then
had
let
like
me
an extra turn
downstairs
because
and
I
do
used
it.
celerity to like, get up on the building and then.
Fair point. Fair point. I got it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna. Well, if he's like, so like he's like he damaged himself to like stab her, and then he was dealing with Mouse, so she's just gonna keep just trying to maneuver like so she like is behind him, so he's like forced to like keep playing.
You're in between him and Miles at the moment, just to make you aware of the situation.
All right, that's fine. She's gonna try and maneuver behind him, so he's like forced to turn. Like whether it works or not is fine, but she wants him not to be able to focus on
All right.
all of them at the same time. She wants to. So she'll try and get behind him and slash him. Plus,
That's one roused for me. Not good. Okay.
Nothing's ever good in the world of vampire.
can you rouse multiple attributes in the same scene? I don't think so.
I
Eh?
don't think no,
No.
unless you're
That doesn't make
vampire
sense.
blood.
Yeah, no, she's not yet.
Okay, maybe you could swap. I'm not sure about that one.
You're really gonna
Neither.
risk it tonight, losing your
No.
character.
Frank is downstairs. How many dead men and state kindred are there?
Total number of body counts, I think you're dealing with a staff of 12.
Mortal and kindred?
Four of which are kindred.
Okay.
Right. So 9 successes. It's a messy critical.
Let's have a look here. I think I beat you to it. Let's see. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just by 1.
Ooh.
Right. You maneuver yourself, and he's kind of got that moment of like tracking you with his gaze as you move around, but he doesn't turn to you. He knows that you're trying to distract him. So he's positioned himself right enough an angle to know what you're about to do and still have Miles in his peripheral. So if that would be all, we will lead to him, his action. And that's a success. Nice. Miles, from your perspective, you see the weirdest thing ever in the fastest possible way, unknown to Kindred. The wound that he created himself on his own chest closes.
What? Okay, alright.
So, Tatyana, your turn.
So the question I forgot to ask: can I soak the superficial damage with my stamina, as it usually supposed to be done?
There's no soaking, I think, in this system.
If you want to,
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
Really?
If you have
There is-
fortitude
there's-
only, yeah.
There is level. There's
You should be high
toughness,
enough.
then there's unstable mind, and then there's. Do you have the level
You cannot
3
soak
fortitude?
damage unless you have fortitude.
But
Which
you
kinda
can
sucks
heal.
in this
Can't you heal with arouse?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can heal yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even superficial damage can be soaked with your stamina here, really?
No, you have
No.
to arouse blood using.
There's the level 3 fortitude, which is you heal. You don't even. You soak half the superficial damage, but that's a level 3 power.
Okay, I see. I just I've said it
Or
a
level
couple of times that I get used to the other system. Okay,
Yeah,
then, as I said, I'm rushing towards Mikhail again, but this time actually it hurts me a bit. It in some conscious way that I'm hurt him. So I'm attacking his face precisely because when I'm attacking him, I want to make sure I want to see his face. So I will be feeling that I'm attacking someone abstract, someone else, not my sire. But I'm doing it subconsciously. I don't understand my actions, but I'm explaining it role-playing way, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess against strengths and brawl. Brawl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Strengths. Okay, and bonus just +1. Again, I can't rouse check to add more dices in the one scene, right? So I've already used this.
Yeah, but you can keep adding if you've added it to your strength. Like I've added it to my dex, for example. But you
So
can add
keep
it to yours.
adding it each turn for the scene.
For the scene, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so what's the difficulty?
You're looking at 7.
The way you roll is just
I'm telling you, tonight
makes
is
me-
one head. Mind you, it is a messy crit.
Oh my goodness, once again, here we go. So, do I understand right that I can't use my willpower to reroll it for
You can.
getting...
You can.
Ah, well,
As long
Yeah.
as you still have will, you can do it.
Yeah.
it's 3.
But
So
the more willpower you spend, the more difficult it will be for you to resist frenzy. That's
I
the
know,
payoff.
but this one time I just want to risk it once again.
Yeah,
Worth it for
there's
the
that makes
scene.
2 of us.
Well,
No.
I didn't... That's not the one I should roll, sorry. This
Try again.
this one doesn't count because I've rolled the
Okay, I
other
get it.
one.
Yeah.
Why I've just rolled 1? I had to...
So roll 2 more.
Well, yeah, good point. I made a mistake again.
Just correct your character sheet so it's tracking the right
Okay, so I have 1 + 1, 2. So in total, I have 8 out of 10 successes to hit him. And as for
Which-
damage, that would be 8, I guess.
You have a critical as well.
Yes, okay, yeah.
So that's 10 then.
Okay, 10 out of 7.
Also, there's like fireworks going off. If you hear them,
No,
tell
I
me and
don't.
I'll mute. Okay, good.
Right. So you strike him straight across his face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Running, he looks at you as you make it obvious what your intentions are. However, he mistakes the aim, thinking that it's going to take him from the neck down, and all of a sudden you just take his face completely clawed, like the left side of his face. So let's damage that in.
So +4 and strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's 8 in total for me.
That doesn't make sense.
So
Wait.
it's 10 unhalved special because of the critical. So, but whatever he used to, whatever successes he had to dodge it or meet it, gets so like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
difference is the
deficit,
damage.
Okay.
Alright, so that's...
So from unarmed strikes, the damage would be your strengths plus your bonuses that you have,
Alright.
right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me check potent.
Yeah.
Did you get 2 extra? So that would then be 12 total
What's
minus
for
whatever
the
you
damage,
soaked.
not the.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so it's yeah.
It's okay. So in my case,
Yeah, I
it's
think
obviously-
we're doing good.
No,
No, I
you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Like,
Good.
ridiculously good. All right, we go back up to Miles. What are we doing?
It's our time to
Miles?
shine, Elena, with our claws in hand.
Gangrels here.
uh,
Gangrel girls.
Yes,
Sorry.
Get Tremere.
the gangrel gangsters unite. You want to join the mafia? It's great.
All right, so you know what? I'm gonna hold it off for now because I don't want to. I'm gonna let the Gaggles for now fight it off. But I'm gonna prep myself just in case. I'm going to stab into myself and activate Scorpion's touch.
Nice.
One thing I need to do because I've got a rouse check from the Synchro Vitae. Whoopsies, one moment. Okay, I actually did get hungry from that, so I will now roll rouse for the Scorpion's touch. And this will take my entire turn.
Okay.
Actually, or do I want to spit? Actually, ooh. No, I don't. I'm not good at. Spit.
Rude.
Yeah.
So prepping Scorpion's touch for this one takes you the whole round.
And all right, I rouse fine. So yeah, so basically now I poison my blade.
All right, and we go down to Mumbles.
Cool.
And Frank, do the action downstairs.
Yeah. What are you doing downstairs, Frank? Sorry.
I'll see the kindred that are staying.
Cutscene.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Frank's like, they've got it. Let me do the cleanup here and make sure that the Masquerade doesn't get broken.
No, I'm not doing the cleanup, but anyway. So I'll look at the kindred that are there. Would they be armed? Or are there like guns around?
Yeah, they're lightly armed, so they got like tasers. On them specifically, they don't have anything, but you know that this place has hidden stuff.
Yes.
So like,
Well, I'll look
like
up
a
for
taped
weapons.
gun at the bottom of the desk, stuff like that.
A safe behind a painting, the classics.
I'll look for those, and I'll
All right, give me a resolve and investigation.
Okay.
Yeah. Difficulty of 3.
Frank, you are dying.
You're saying shit.
We can't hear you. That's
Or-
what we're trying to say.
Look in this. I'm seeing investigation.
It's
Sorry.
not really a crime scene.
No, it's not a crime. Yeah, well, it is a crime scene at this point.
Yeah, but to find weapons. Fair enough.
I mean, you're trying
Evidence,
to look for hidden stuff, right? So
Let me have to. I rolled 6 normal. I won't add the die. Don't worry. 3 successes. Ooh, baby. I get 4 and a messy.
nice. So
At
you
10. I read 10. So
you decide to tear the place as fast as you possibly can to find what is needed for this. And true enough, you have found 3 firearm weapons that have been concealed around one of the rooms you're looking in.
And what are they? Glocks?
Yeah, pretty much like
Pistols?
automatic rifles, stuff like that.
Okay. So I'll put them on the table. And then they're staked, so they would be a bit hungry. So I'll cut my wrist and I'll give some to one of them, especially if he has like his mouth half open.
While still staked.
And I'll let it drip. Huh?
While he's
Yeah,
still
of course,
staked.
man.
Okay.
Because when you're staked, you still can see and.
Oh
Yeah, but you can't swallow.
I'm just saying these Italians
I'm not letting.
are a bit too proud for that.
Vale.
But yeah, go ahead.
I'll do that, and Then I'll leave enough blood on. It's like when you're being waterboarded, and then I'll unstake him, and then I'll be like, let him drink or whatever he does,
Alright, that rouses
see
you,
how he
huh?
reacts.
Yeah, you need to do a rouse check for every time.
Rouses me.
Then
Aw.
I said
I don't get hungry on the first one. I'll
Okay.
see. I got a 6. And then I'll see what he does. I unstake him and I see what he does.
he kind of wipes his mouth, gives you a really bad look, and like, grazie, ma faffangulo, huh?
And I use forgetful mind to alter his memory.
Oh god, Mela.
I
Right.
don't get. My God, man! I get a
Right.
10.
Fuck. No, shit. Mela, just for the sake of the scene. Let's go. Oh, come on. That's a 5.
What for?
Well, he
had to
is...
resist.
Yeah, his kindred.
I need to roll first.
I'm giving you the difficulty check, jeez.
It's a sort of type. Or you hit together and then you see what the outcome is.
If we were doing it in person,
Alright.
yeah. Okay, excuse me, I
Alright,
gotta get out
I
of the desk to
got-
get my die.
No worries, no worries.
No worries, Chief. His eyes grew legs.
That would be terrifying. Or cute.
Oh, I need to 5 or better.
Yes, please.
I've spent a willpower. I'm on willpower of 2 now, and I have a 6 successes.
Hey, alright. Alter the memory.
I'll be like, I'll do the same thing I did with Alistair, and I'll be like, I am your best friend now. And I'll be like, your friends are upstairs and they are in danger. Are they your friends? The utilitarian one. Sussurra si chiama?
Let's see.
You little mafioso boss lady.
Well, boss, no friend.
Boss no friend, I thought as much. But, I mean, I don't know what your capo will say.
Well, we should go help.
You should go help, yes.
Yes. So we cut back to the scene with Mumbles. Right? She was next.
Yeah, we're gonna keep. But if he refuses, kind of, to turn his back fully, her goal is to at some point like manage to catch him. So she might actually like drop lower.
You have an advantage situation since Tatyana literally gave him a new face.
Fair enough.
So this moment is good enough for distraction for you to do what
Yeah.
you kind of need to do.
Cool. So I think what Mumbles is gonna try and do, like just get him from the back and just like try and go in the same hole that she left last time, and just try and like push through and then like take the spine with it.
Okay. So,
I never realizes how cruel she can be.
alright. Go for it, Mom.
Because now it's personal. Because now he like killed a bunch of her guys, so like she needs to step up.
Alright.
For the sake of Frank, he'll do the same with the others, but we'll do it later.
Ooh, that's not that much. 5.
No, unfortunately, that is not enough. As you try to reach over, the hit from Tatyana has tilted him in a way that you miss completely off, not even scraping the back.
Yeah.
as he
And I think her bloodlust is like making her a little less controlled as well, because she's starting to get like angry, and it's just like, and it's like, you just miss it. Like she's getting agitated.
yeah. Mikael uses his momentum as much as he can to his favor to keep rotating himself and hopefully catching his blades at least into Tatyana's arm. I don't know how much that's gonna do anything, but we can try. One can try. So yeah, go ahead, try to dodge his blades. Try.
Athletics and dexterity, right?
Yeah. He's aiming to sever your arm.
Okay. And the difficulty?
3.
Okay, let's try.
And finally, one of the bad rolls.
3 out of 3.
Right. The blade just scratches as you manage to pull back.
Okay.
Tatyana, how do you respond in kind?
Does he look hurt?
He is he, as tough as he looks, he doesn't look like he's in a good spot right now. So,
To which extent?
really bad. Really bad.
How many XP? HP?
No. I mean, that's not the point. I'm just trying to realize if I'm still gonna have empathy for him or
How
not.
you're gonna react? What you're gonna
Yes,
say? Do,
that's
yeah.
the point.
I mean, this
and-
could most likely, if Miles achieves his next move
Mm-hmm.
and Mumbles keeps carrying on the way she's going, it might be the last night for him.
Okay, I'm still gonna, if I can roll my humanity, I think, to realize if I'm,
Yeah, if you want to make that kind of judgment of character, go for it.
if I had kind of still something in my heart towards him.
Or maybe
Okay.
like a last minute kind of like, oh, like, do I really want to kill him? Am I gonna do it?
That's precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. I don't feel like this. I don't feel that something left in my heart. Or
This is but
Maybe-
the shadow of who he was.
I don't see his face anymore. It's just an enemy for me. So again, athletics. Oh, sorry, no. Brawl and strength was +3. And the difficulties.
He's gonna check. I just use it rolling 0 difficulty, and then you can just compare.
Okay, fair point.
I do my best.
You do your best.
Missed a critical, but 12 successes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, I got a 6.
I never rolled 12 successes.
Yeah, that's 6 unhalved superficial. Which
So as I don't see him as my something before and I don't feel anything for him anymore, I'm just gonna try and like strike towards his heart, trying to rip it, you know, just to make a final attack.
You go straight through the front, underneath his ribs, and straight in as you feel stone cold heart at the tip of your fingers. He's
So-
there eyeing you, and he smiles and nods. Do it, he says in Russian. Do it.
In which
Are
way
you
he
gay
say
three?
this? Because I
It's a bit
don't
of a
understand
sadistic. It's a bit of a sadistic kind of.
I
Sad-
double dare you, motherfucker.
sadistic towards me or towards himself or towards what precisely?
Towards you.
it's like spiteful. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
kill me, do it, you little bitch. Like kind of like
Double dare you.
At least that's how I'm seeing.
I would say because of this, I'm stunned for a second. So can I say that I kind of not killing him in this moment because I'm shocked by he's saying this.
You
This
hesitate.
straightforward. So it's kind of I'm still holding his heart, but I'm not making it because what? So it's just my hand in his ribs, but not doing it still.
He gently, with the free hand that he has, grabs the elbow that's still exposed, and he actually pushes it further in, just so the tip of your fingers on the heart now has fully grasped round.
Okay.
Miles, your turn.
Yep. I don't know.
Just standing there with your switchblade, like.
You know, I'm going to advance slow. I'm going to do a hold action. If he does anything suspicious, anything sus, I will charge and stab. If that's okay.
Yeah, to like interrupt his action.
Yeah.
All right, hold action. In the meantime, thanks to Frank, two individuals appear behind you, behind you, Miles.
Yeah.
And they kind of assess the situation, a bit confused, going like, do we?
I kind of put my hand up to like, wait.
Hold fire, hold fire.
Mumbles in that case, since it's on hold.
No, I'm not holding fire. I'm joking out of character. I hope I roll better. So we're gonna. Like she sees Tatyana hesitate, and that's why she's like, okay, no, finish this. Hesitate. Die. That's what she learned anyway.
Oh.
Oh my god, why am I rolling so ass? I will spend the willpower to get some more successes, please. Yeah, that's much better. So that is 6 instead of 3.
I rolled a full-on bestial failure.
Oh.
As he attempts to dodge, unfortunately, he pulls Tatyana along with him. You do what you still do, but he's already dead as her claws pierce right into whatever you call a heart. And Tatyana, you feel the whole thing just, with your own claws, just shatter inside of him. As he limps forward. Mumbles, carry on what you were doing?
So, I feel like, because I'm seeing this in my mind's eye, like, Tatyana's like holding him from the front, right? And she's got like her hand coming up like this.
Yeah.
And I think I have them on the left hand, but like but anyway. So like she will angle them downwards, like into the heart. So like as she's piercing the heart, and Tatyana's heart is like, her claws are here, Mumbles is going like this.
Oh.
And she squeezes. Let's go.
The body falls limp onto you, Tatyana. The weight of him, you just onto your body as your hand is still stuck inside of him.
I'm pulling out my hand with this straight face like a stone because I don't quite can digest what I've just we did together with Miles. Can I roll up to you again humanity check to see if I lose my humanity right now or not? Because I feel like this. If you don't think I should.
It's kind of like losing a touchstone,
Yeah.
I'd say. But it's...
So can I do this or
Yeah, go ahead. If you feel that it's appropriate to the scene, yeah, I would allow it.
which difficulty?
You know what? I'll let that up to you.
Yeah.
In your
3.
heart and desires. Yep, okay.
I have, well, let's see.
That's very well done to take initiative like this. Shows character.
2 out of 3. Just another body to add to the pile, huh?
So then my face doesn't change. Just staying like this in front of his body in the floor, on the floor. Just stunned. Not seeing, not doing anything. At all.
Mumbles is very carefully making sure she's like assessing the situation correctly. And first, like, she'll put like one hand, like her clawed hand, on Tatyana's shoulder to see if there's a reaction.
Am I right to say that at this point he starts to cinder away?
And if she doesn't
Slow,
react,
yes.
Mumbles is gonna, unless like she resists, she's gonna pull Tatyana in for like a really tight hug.
I still feel like a stone inside and outside. Not moving.
And Mumbles just like with her like clawed hand, she just kind of like just scratches like the back of Tatyana's head, like trying to soothe her. And she'll whisper, "We did it. He
Yes,
can't
we
harm
did.
you. He can't harm you more."
Yes, we did. Why I doesn't feel anything right now? Should I feel something?
Mumble
Did you
stays silent
feel
for
anything after Josiah died?
you were there, and I found out. I tend to lash out, but everybody processes these things in a different way. Perhaps you don't grieve because he's not the one you grew up feeling safe around, not the one who grew up being a person who you cared about. An imposter. Someone causing problems for you.
Yes. That makes everything so easier. But what if we were wrong at the end?
We will carry on. And we will learn. But what we will not do is have regrets. You live and you learn.
No regrets. But can you just get rid of his body as soon as possible? Because I just want to close this chapter for good. And I'm really
She'll let Tatyana
hungry.
go and she's like, "Can we get rid of the body?" And she just kind of like kicks the ashes a little bit.
So I'm hungry and I'm gonna get back, see you later. On this point, I'm just leaving the building and I'm going for a hunt.
Mumbles will
Yeah.
shout after her, "Call me once you're done and I'll pick you up."
Okay.
Miles, do you have a
So-
jar?
Then afterwards, I roleplay just a bit, the hunt. Just a piece. So at least I tell you what I want to do and that's it.
I want to just quickly make note of something.
Mm-hmm.
Both you and Mumbles. If at any point during this period of time you naturally want to retract your claws, you find out that for some reason they won't go back in.
Good. Well, not good.
The one that, well, to be specific, the hand that touched his heart. Stay erect.
Well, we can cut it, right?
We'll find that out later, because right now I don't think that's on their mind.
No, I'm
moment.
just saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, cool.
Okay, so yeah, we
So what's gonna happen if we'll try to cut it, like, to normal size?
well,
Find out.
Find out. Okay, good point.
all right. Role playing. So we leave the scene from the rooftop as Tatyana's character just makes her way through the forest of concrete buildings in Pieta, trying to find her next
Yeah.
hunt.
Okay.
You are far from woodland here. How far do you want to travel across the island in this blinded moment of needing to get that quick dopamine hit?
I'm basically looking for some silent place. Probably, I'm not quite sure, but you know, kind of a countryside where there will be a house with the people sleeping at this time. You know.
Okay.
And if I can find it quickly enough, I will break in. And, well, who I'll find in this place? What kind of people?
You travel unsatisfied for finding what you're looking for to satisfy this need, the perfect picture, the perfect hunt, until somehow, many minutes later, you find yourself almost in the heart of the island, in the more agriculture part, as you stumble across what seems to be a wealthy looking farmhouse amongst fields and crops. And a middle-aged man and woman sleep in their farmhouse beds. The walls are pretty much designed exposed to the roughness of the stone as you hang yourself from their window, which is open for fresh air breeze, the sound of the hovering fan on top of them going on, as they slumber peacefully with a bit of a snore from the older man.
So then, firstly, I'm approach an old man sleeping. And, well, while he sleeps, I'm attacking him, drinking his blood. But at some point, I am distracting and, well, waiting when he's gonna awake, because I don't think the bite is something that someone won't notice and won't wake up.
You hear the instant gesture from his disturbed slumber, and in panic he starts to try to wrestle you off him.
And I do. I'm still keeping him in my hand with his shoulder in my hands, but not biting him anymore.
He starts to shout. The woman beside him awakes, screaming, grabbing the nearby bedside table, grabs the lamp and tries to smash it across your heads, trying to defend her husband.
At this point, I'm just do something that I've never done before, but I've seen how it's done. I'm snapping his neck, trying to kill him, like this.
The shock immediately, a burst out scream as she just, like a child, clutches the bed sheets and pulls it over her face in hopes that this is just a nightmare.
Then I'm approaching her. I'm also keeping her shoulders in my hands, and I'm telling very silently, scream for help, scream for mercy for me.
You immediately see that her next motion is to, from under the covers, her hand comes out and starts trying to feel this bedside table, and immediately as she feels her mobile phone, just
I breaks her arm. I break her arm.
she screams in pain. She begs for you to stop, to leave her alone, let her live.
So I don't feel anything right now, like absolutely. I know I should, but nothing. And I just kill her and drain her blood. Till the last drop.
Till the
Yeah. That
I
was
mean,
unresolved.
I'm role playing what I feel right now and what my
Yeah,
character
no,
is and
I'm
how
fine,
I
that's-
see
No,
my
sure,
humanity.
go for it,
Just
go
to
for
make
it.
sure my humanity is 3, and that's what my character would do in this situation.
Amen to that, sister. Amen to that. And sure enough, you
I know I'm degrading as fuck, but
You
in
can
a
remove
certain
all hunger.
sinister way, I'm still enjoying this. So,
you can remove all hunger from your character sheet.
and I would rouse to heal myself as well.
Why would you?
What?
She's injured, right?
Yes, just a bit.
Oh, you're not that cynical just to keep your wounds. Okay, gotcha. Okay. We haven't reached that point.
Am I okay with this role
What do you
playing? Am
mean,
I
reach that
not
point?
way
Of
too
course
cruel
we
right
reach that
now? I know
point.
I'm cruel as hell, but still, for you guys, is it okay that I'm role
It's
playing
okay.
this way?
For us, it's
Yes.
okay if you really feel like this is what would happen.
Because you're pretty humane characters, as I may so, and I'm playing right now a bit more, well,
I mean, out of
We're
character.
careful
so
characters.
don't worry.
Well, I am careful at
If you
least,
truly
so-
think like she would do something like this, like murdering
Mhm.
really innocents and enjoying
no,
suffering
not enjoying.
is
You
different.
didn't get the point. Not enjoying, not
There's no
feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you didn't get it,
I mean, to
she
her,
asked
She's
she's
a
like
break-
having a
grandmother
chicken
for
wrap, man.
scream for
Yeah,
mercy
yeah.
because she
Yeah,
was
to feel
thinking maybe
something.
yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she didn't, and that's why her experiment
has-
failed.
Yeah,
As
fair.
much as
Yeah,
sympathy
yeah.
as when we do eat chicken wrap.
So it wasn't enjoyment at all. Well, and at this point, I will actually try to remember this place because I guess could be a bit of Masquerade branch, which is a problem. So then when I'm gonna get back, I will notify the guys that there could be something that we need to clean up, and that's it.
I'll tell you one thing though.
Mm-hmm.
In the moments of the silence of night, where no more screams are heard, and all there is the blissful sound of the night silence, you get a whiff of the air as you heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a farm. You summon animals nearby. I don't know if this would be a moment where you could potentially, for the first time in a long time, the stone cold walls you could call your new home.
Maybe.
And with
Or
a
at least
maybe, we will end the session here.
okay, that was wild. I feel like I need to apologize for the cruelty, but
No, it's alright. I
It's
just
okay.
what I said, it came out wrong.
I mean,
I was
no,
thinking, okay, can I just say that I was thinking about the redemption for my character in a way if I
No,
actually didn't lose
bullshit.
my... No. Hear me out. I was thinking about redemption the point if I actually won't be able to kill my sire because I still felt something for him and I see him, even if it's not him, don't mind. And if I've succeeded my humanity check, and I would roleplay it in a way that I'm still a bit human inside, and I don't want to be like him, and I don't want to kill him, and therefore there would be no this kind of stone cold thing that appeared afterwards, because I still would be
What I'm saying is
merciful.
all I'm saying is you played into the prophecy.
Yeah,
You got hurt.
yeah, you're in great pain.
Not how you thought.
So there were two outcomes, and this is the one that happened. I hope that won't be a problem in the next time.
No,
That I
I
would be a
mean,
bit
not in
more.
character. Not out of character, for sure.
Yeah.
That does. I mean, yeah. I think it's about time to. I had a conversation with Milan about. So me and her were a bit old school, and we like the old part and part of Power and the Inner Voice. And I told her I would be part of Power and the Inner Voice.
I just also want
And
to say that
it's good to flex a little bit now that the adults are in the room, so to speak. You know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I never played
The
such
sense
real
that we
characters
know we
before.
learned
That's
the
my
game
first
in a way.
experience. So I'm really trying my best to play cruel. Well, not cruel, but cold-hearted characters with low humanity.
Yeah.
That's really kind of a first experience for me. I should say I enjoy it.
It's an
It
outlet.
doesn't sound mean.
I'm not. No, I know. If
I'll let the
we play the
internet
Word of
judge
Darkness
you
for
that,
desires,
Because I'm never
play the Word of
cold-hearted or
Darkness
something in the
because
real life.
I mean, exactly.
But that's why it's interesting to play like a character who is like not at all
Not you in
similar
real life,
to you. That's what's fun for me as well.
Well, okay.
And I guess we can end the session here. Thank you very much for everyone who was watching. I hope you enjoy that. Until next time, kindred.
Yay,
Let the
bye.
night embrace.